Welcome to the Lash channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can quickly put your Django app or project inside a virtual environment. So quickly, without wasting time, to create a virtual environment, we're just going to say Python 3. And this works very good right now. It's better than just using Python. So usually just put Python 3 dash M VNV and then any name that you want to call your virtual environment. In this case, I'm just going to say test VNV, and then I'm going to press enter. As you can see, the virtual environment has been, provided inside this place. We have the lib and we have whatever and everything. So then we're just gonna wait until it gives me an opportunity to write again. So right now, I can then activate my virtual environment. So to activate my virtual environment, I can say the name. First, I need to write the name of the virtual environment, which is test vnv slash. I'm going to be using this script right here to do that. So I'm just going to say slash script slash activate. Then I press enter. Oh, damn. I think there's a problem right there. So I'm just going to say test venv slash script slash activate. Okay, as you can see, my virtual environment is activated. If I want to come out, if I want to deactivate it, I can say deactivate. You see, I'm out of the text environment right now. I'm back to my normal C drive. But now I want to activate it. So I'm just going to do that again. Test VNV slash script slash activate. This is on Windows actually. So now my virtual environment is activated, so I can begin to do whatever I want to do with it from air. So basically, what I want to do is like, since my virtual environment is activated, everything that I install now is going to be installed in my virtual environment. So I'm going to create my Django app real quick. So I'm just going to say pip install Django. Okay, and then it's just gonna install this inside my virtual environment. Okay, it's gonna install everything inside my virtual environment, and basically we can then go from there. I'm just gonna wait until that is done. So it's installed my virtual environment now. I can just copy this and run it, so I can upgrade my pip, so I know I'm getting the latest version of pip. Okay, so now I've updated my pip version right here in my virtual environment. Okay, then I can just begin to install my Django app, and yeah. So basically, I can just to start your Django project, you can just say Django dash admin start project. That is the first thing you do, and then the name of your project, start project. The name of your project. Let's just say test project. This is going to be named test project. As you can see, now we have our Django project started. So now I want to actually cd into my project. I'm gonna cd into test project. Okay, now I'm inside the text project. Then I can begin to create my app. So I can just say to create an app in Django, you're just gonna say Python manage py start app, and then you give it the name of your app. There can only be one project in every project. Once you have your project like this, so to create your project, you see you have to say Django dash admin start project, but the subsequent ones are going to be app, not project. So to create app, you're only going to use Python manage.py. As you can see, I have a this should be dot py start app. Okay, so apps are everything that you need in a project. You only create one project. So start app, then I can call this test app. Enter, and if you check inside my project, I already have my first app. Inside the app, you're gonna have the typical app stuff, which is gonna be views, test, models for your database. This one for your admin. So basically, we're gonna start with views. Inside the views, that is when you actually set up your what you want your URL to say. So for instance, now if you tell people to go to www. So if you tell people to come to localhost, let's just say localhost 8,000, local 8,000, and you say enter. Right now, there's nothing there. There's nothing in localhost 8,000 because I'm not sending anything. So if I decide to come right here and I said I want something to be shown to the people when they come to localhost 8,000. This is where I can define the function. I can just say function say I on local on local host on local host. So this is basically what this function wants to say. It wants to tell people hi on that local host. So I'm just gonna say so the message that I want people to see is just going to be let me just say welcome to local host 8,000. Hi. This is basically just what I just want to say, and I can then return this, and I can just return this. So basically, to return this, if you really want, to it to be shown on something, so basically, you know what, I can just import HTTP request from Django.http import HTTP response. That's what I need. So I can just say request, okay. Then I can just say HTTP response. So I want it to return an HTTP response, and the response is just going to be this, which is going to be message, right? So this is basically what I want the HTTP to respond. So basically now I need to set up a view, I mean a URL for this, because now I'm telling people that this is the message that they're going to see once they visit the URL. What URL? I've still not told Django what URL I want to use. Now I have two things that I have not done. First of all, I have not included my app inside my project. All the apps you create must actually also be included in the project. So I'll have to go inside this project. I can go inside settings, and then I'm going to look for, um, let me just make this one bigger. Settings, then I'm going to look for installed apps. Inside the installed apps, and I'm going to be include the name of the new app that I just created, quoted like this, and the new app is going to be test app. Okay, usually just put a comma right this, and then I'm gonna save. Now I have informed Django about the app. Then I can go inside the test project URL too, and then I can just clean up all these ones, and then I can then you know create a general path for the URL that I just created. So I want this to be the home, like the index. I want it to show an index. Then I'm going to say views, but I've not imported views, so I need to, no, sorry. I don't need views at this level right here. So what I need here is include. I need to import include from URLs. So this include is actually needed to for all URLs. When you actually want to take grab all the URLs of any app that you're creating. So this app that I've just created right now is test app, and then I'm gonna grab all the URLs. Okay, so this include is gonna grab all the URLs and then it's gonna map it to whatever route that you have actually set up here. So this one I'm saying this is gonna be index route. So all the URLs that are coming from test app will be mapped to the index route. So which is going to be 8,000 port 8,000 because Django is by default port 8,000. So right now I need to set up URLs for the app too, so as to comply with this. So for the app, I'll have to create a file, and then I'm gonna call it urls dot py. Okay, and then inside this app, and then I'm gonna import views from dot simply means the inside the same folder. Import views, which is this what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get these views right here. So also I'm going to need path. So from Django dot URL import path. Okay, so then I'm going to set up the URL. So it's going to be URL patterns. It's going to be equal to an array. Okay, so inside the array, then I'm going to use the path that I just imported, and then I'm going to set up just like I did inside the project. I still want it to be the index. Normally I can just say, API slash like this, but I don't want it. I just want it to be, the root. And then I'm going to set up the views. It's going to be views dot whatever name that I've called the views. So I'm going to actually, create a URL, a route for this very view. You can have as many views as you want, but this very view that I want is just going to say hi on localhost. And this is exactly what it's going to say. Welcome to localhost 8,000 hi. And I'm returning it as an HTTP response. So the name of this view is going to be say hi on localhost. So that's what I need. Views dot say hi on localhost. You see, Django automatically brought it up for me. Okay, just like telesense. So I'm just gonna say name. The last one is gonna be the name of your views. You can call it any. You can just call it any name. Yeah. So you can just call it. Sorry, it's gonna be name equals. You can just call it any name. In this case, I can just call it index. Your name does not need to match. You can call it whatever you want. So in this case, I think my project is good to start right now. We have set up the app, then we have set up the project. So I can then go inside the terminal and then I can type Python manage dot py run server. Enter. So we're just gonna wait for its response and just see how the server is gonna handle that. Admin hot literally is telling me that I have not done migration, which is all migration is needed for what's it called, for models. Models is for basically database, but I've not set up any database. But by default, Django comes with SQLite, so we need to do the migration. But that would not stop us from looking at our views that we have set up so far. As you can see, we already have our views. Welcome to localhost 8,000. Hi, and that's basically what we are sending. So our API is working real quick. Our virtual environment, everything is working real nice. And that's basically how you need to know. That's what you need to know to set up your Django app in a virtual environment, and everything works fine. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I'll see you soon.